Today I'm going to be talking about the real purpose of the no contact rule and why I feel many other coaches out there are using this topic to sell you a pipe dream. You are not going to want to miss a single minute of this very crucial video. So stick around. That's coming right up. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. This is the in-studio edition, episode number 3. And as you can see, I am in my studio, obviously. I'm not out at the park where I normally prefer to shoot these videos because it's been raining cats and dogs out here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Lots of major floods. So even some freeways up in the North Bay have been closed due to flooding. It's just been pretty nuts. So you're going to get a video from me today from my studio, and hopefully the following video will be out at the park or somewhere else because I like to be out in the open and, smell the fresh air and get some exercise in. I have not been able to do that as part of my daily routine for the past 3 days because, again, we're getting some major storms here in the San Francisco Bay Area where I live. But let's get right to the topic here today because I don't want to make this video too terribly long. I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit longer than I want it to be, but I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. So the topic of today's video is the purpose of the no contact rule, or the real purpose of the no contact rule. And I will say I've had a lot of experience personally in using the no contact rule. I've also had a lot of experience in following what other coaches have said in regards to the no contact rule. Before I became a coach almost 2 years ago, I was following, and I'm still following, many other coaches out there on YouTube. And it's funny how each coach has a different method in the way they like to teach the no contact rule. So this leads to a mass confusion into, what works and what doesn't work. And I remember a couple of relationships ago, because I've been through a couple of breakups the last, I'd say 3 years or so. I was really hurt 2 relationships ago. And believe it or not, even though my ex did cheat on me, I did miss her, because when you're emotionally attached to somebody, you still miss them even if they do something as bad as cheating. Now, I don't recommend anyone, go back to an ex that cheated on them, even if they want to take you back, even if they were the ones that dumped you after cheating on you, and then they come back saying they made a mistake. I wouldn't recommend that. But, when you're in that situation and you invested a lot of time and there's a lot of emotion involved, and you miss that person, you still want them back no matter what. So if you're feeling that way and that's happened to you, I understand what you're going through. So I went on the internet and I was looking at a bunch of different coaches out there. And I'm not going to mention any other names here today because I don't want to throw any of them under the bus. I'm pretty sure you've all encountered these coaches and maybe you've purchased some of their services as well. If you have, let me know what your thoughts are below in the comments section, because I've purchased packages from many different coaches out there that have a different method of the no contact rule and what to do. When one method didn't work for me, I went to another coach, bought their package. When that didn't work, I went to another coach and bought their package. When that didn't work, I went to another coach and bought their package. And none of these packages worked. And so, by the time, I got through all these packages, I was pretty much, at the point of where I was over that ex and I started to see somebody new that was even better than my ex. So I kind of started, putting my ex on the back burner and, I forgot about her. But I started to look back and I was wondering, why didn't these, no contact packages work? I tried many different packages. A lot of these coaches have a 100% money back guarantee, which in my opinion is a bunch of crap. I'm sure they give you your money back if you ask them for it, but how many people actually go through the process of trying to get a refund, and how much of a pain is that process, right? So these coaches know they're going to get some, refunds, but most people will just say, screw it, it didn't work. I tried, whatever. Okay. And that's what led me to want to start my own coaching business, because I felt that, a lot of people that are looking or were looking for information back then were not getting the right information. They were being sold a pipe dream. They were being sold anything and everything under the sun, because these coaches knew that the people that were buying these packages were in a very emotional state at that point. Now, for this video, I'm going to be more so directing it towards men. I'm going to be using the male perspective more so, because it's going to make more sense because I'm a guy. But if you're a lady out there, pretty much the same principles apply, just flip it on the other side. There's only one difference between men and women. Women are naturally more emotional than men. And it is okay, in my opinion, for women to be somewhat needy. And it is not okay for men to be needy. And if you ladies are out there, challenging that, saying that, why is it okay for women to be needy, but men to not be needy? Well, let me ask you this. If you're a lady and you've ever broken up with a guy, and then he was begging and pleading to try to take you, or try to, get you back, which is what I'm trying to say, and you kept saying no, and they kept begging and pleading, how annoying was that to you? And why was that so annoying? Okay. It was annoying because he was coming off weak, needy, desperate, and insecure, and behaving like he could not live without you. Okay. Most women that I know want a man that can live without them, but would rather live with them. That's the right way to look at it. So, I just wanted to clear that up, because there's a difference between masculine energy and feminine energy. And, in my opinion, it is more naturally okay for women to behave a certain way. And it is more naturally okay for a man to not behave in those ways like a woman does. And it is okay for a man to behave in certain ways as well. Okay. So with that being said, furthermore, what are my thoughts of, the real purpose of the no contact rule? I've made it very clear now that you need to be very careful when you're going out there and you're following a bunch of different coaches that preach, okay, do no contact for 30 days and then reach out to your ex. And by that point, you will have given her enough time to put the past behind, and then she'll be receptive to talking with you. Some of them say 60 days. Some say 90 days. Some say 120 days. Most of them will give you a time limit. Okay. Because it's part of what they're trying to sell you, right? Now, I'm not saying that in some cases, your ex will not be receptive in talking with you after 30, 60, 90, or 120 days. But most of the time, that's not going to work. Okay. And I'm going to explain to you why. It's plain and simple. Speaking once again from the male perspective. Okay. When I get broken up by somebody, if you're a guy and you've been broken up by somebody, your other half, your ex, your ex-woman made a unilateral decision, a sole decision to change the terms of your relationship. Okay. To the point of where she either just wants to be friends or wants nothing to do with you at all. She changed those terms. Okay. And she is the only one that can put that back on the table and change those terms back. Okay. So with that being said, there is no amount of begging or pleading with your ex to try to get her back, especially immediately right after she breaks up with you, that's going to work. It's just not going to work. It's going to further cement you into the friend zone. Okay. Or it's going to further cement you into her not wanting anything to do with you ever again. Okay. The best thing to do when your ex breaks up with you is to say, hey, you know what? I don't agree with this. I'm willing to work it out with you, but if you're not, that's okay. I'm going to let you go. Best of luck to you in the future. And then you turn, you walk away, and you never look back. You never call her. You never text her. You never email her. Okay. You don't reach out to her for any reason at all. You forget about the fact that she even exists. Okay. You forget about the fact that she even exists. Okay. The only way you will ever talk with her again is if she reaches out to you first. And you have to be real careful because sometimes, your ex will reach out to you and just say, hey, what's up or whatever. Okay. You have to be real careful with what she reaches out to you for. And if she does reach out to you, you do not want to reach out to her right away. You don't want to be sitting there by the phone waiting for a text. You get her text and then 2 seconds later you respond back. No. If your ex does reach out to you at some point down the road and you're still interested in trying to work things out with her, okay, at that point, you want to give it some time. If she reaches out to you in the morning, maybe send her a text back or an email back in the early evening, okay? If she reaches out to you, I'd say after 6 or 7 o'clock at night, wait till the next day to get back to her, maybe in the afternoon. You don't want to make it appear to her that you've been desperately waiting for her to reach out to you, because that's not gonna win her back. That's gonna fuck shit up. That's gonna make her feel like you're weak, needy, desperate, insecure, and any chance that you would have had to rekindle things with her when she reached out, okay, go right back out the toilet. You don't want to screw up that opportunity, especially if you've been in no contact, you've been doing it the right way, and then now you're excited because she reached out and you got that opportunity. Don't screw it up, okay? Women like mystery. Women respect a man that can live without them, but would rather live with them and knows how to balance that out, okay? What you need to do, and this is what the real purpose of the no contact rule is for guys and for gals. But again, I am more so, today coming from the male perspective here, because obviously I'm a man. What you need to do is once you're broken up with, you start focusing on yourself. Okay. Now, what I failed to mention before I get into, focusing on yourself is that I've screwed this up many times myself too, even to this day. Okay. What you don't want to do is continuously beg and plead for a week, 2, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months. I'll be honest with you folks, in some of my past relationships, I did some begging and pleading for a month or 2. Okay. And that's going to happen. And to some degree, your other half is going to understand that. When your woman breaks up with you, she knows it's very emotionally traumatizing, not only for her, but for you. And she knows it's more traumatizing for you because she's the one that broke up with you. And most women, they don't all of a sudden make a snap decision to break up with you. Most women will be processing that in their mind for many, many months before they go through it. So they're already further ahead into the grieving process. They've already more so come to terms with you not being around many months before they make that decision. But you're unaware of that. To most guys, it happens out of the blue. It happens out of nowhere. They didn't see it coming. So they know that when they break up with you, that you're going to be hurt and you're going to, try to get him back. They know that. So they will give you some leniency on that. It doesn't mean they're going to take you back, but they will be understanding for a little while, maybe 2 weeks, a month, maybe up to 2 months, if you even do some begging and pleading. Okay. I don't suggest you beg and plead. It's not going to help you out. Okay. It's going to set you further behind. Okay. But we all know that happens most of the time. And even if that does happen, you can start no contact even a month and a half or 2 months after your breakup, even if you've begged and plead depleted for a couple of months, which is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So once you finally are able to say, okay, you know what? I don't want to, give up on trying to get her back. I really miss her. I really love her. I care about her, but she's not responding to any of my begging and pleading, blah, blah, blah. So now I've got to really move forward. At that point, you need to start focusing on yourself. There are many things you can do, whether you're a man or a woman. Most people will gain weight in their relationship. If you've gained weight, go to the gym, start eating right, take daily walks like I do, exercise. I gained 30 pounds in my last relationship, and I lost it in about 6 weeks, just like that. Because I said to myself, okay, you know what? My woman doesn't want to be with me anymore. So now I have plenty of time to focus on myself and better myself. And not only get myself back to where I was, when I first met her, okay, but better myself. And I've gotten myself pretty close to the best shape of my life. So focus on yourself by getting yourself in shape. Okay. If you're not happy with the job you have, if you feel you're not making enough money, if that was part of the issue, focus on getting yourself a better job. Go out there and buy yourself some new clothes, and go out there and more so hang out with your friends. Be social, post on Facebook, do things that make you happy, that will allow, the world to see that you're a happy person, even though you're no longer with your ex. Okay. And you never know. Your ex may be watching you. Now, some exes will block you on Facebook and social media. Well, let me tell you honestly, there are workarounds to the block. If they really want to see what you are doing, they can log into another account. They can connect with a friend of yours that you're connected with and see your stuff. If they want to see you on social media, if they want to check up on you in a sneaky way, they can do it. So you have to always assume that whatever you're doing and whatever you're putting out there, somehow it's going to get back to your ex. So, and you're not doing this for her. You're doing this for yourself, but you never know. You never know. She might see that, oh, okay, wow, he's moving on without me. He's lost weight. He's gotten back into great shape. He's got new clothes. He's got a better job. He's hanging out with his friends and family more often. Wow. Okay. Maybe I should reach out to him and see how he's doing. You never know what's going to happen. But the main purpose of the no contact rule is for you to focus on yourself and to better yourself. Okay. Now, does that mean in every case you're going to get your woman back at some point? No. I will be honest with you folks. Sometimes the no contact rule works, and sometimes it doesn't work. A couple times I will mention in my past, many years ago, a couple of my exes reached out to me, but they reached out to me many years down the road. Sometimes, an ex will reach out to you 2 years down the road. I've had that happen once. And then I even had an ex reach out to me 5 years down the road. And when those two exes reached out to me, I was single both of those times. So I did meet up with them a couple of times to kind of feel things out. And they really wanted to work things out with me. They're like, wow, you're taking better care of yourself. You're wearing better clothes. They noticed this big change in me from my younger days, when I was, I'd say, a little less mature. I've always been a pretty mature guy, but I was less mature. But they noticed a big change in me. And because of that, they now wanted to be with me. But at the same time, I was like, if they couldn't accept me for who I was back then, and I was younger and I was still learning things, then why should I be with them now when they're just accepting me because I made these changes that they wanted? They're not really accepting me for me. They're only wanting to be with me because now they see that, I've gotten myself in better shape. I wear better clothes. I have a better job, this and that. I just didn't feel it. Now, your situation may be different. If you have a similar situation that happens to you, you may want to work it out with those exes. Okay. But sometimes you'll get the opportunity and sometimes you won't. And by the time you get that opportunity with an ex where initially you were begging and pleading after she broke up with you, when you finally get that opportunity, if it does come around, at that point, you may not even want to get back to her. You may not even want or get back with her, and you may not even want to return her call or text when she reaches out to you, if she does. So that's the main purpose of the no contact rule, is to better yourself, is to, sit back and, after you let the rage out for a couple of months, because let's face it, for the first couple of months, anyone that's broken up with a man or a woman is gonna be in the most pain. And then after that point, it starts getting a little bit better each and every day, as long as you're focusing on bettering yourself in many of the ways I mentioned a few minutes ago. Another thing that I suggest you folks do that I've done is put yourself back out there and start meeting other people and be honest with these people that, hey, I just recently got out of a relationship. I don't want you to think I'm unstable or emotionally messed up or anything. I'm not, but I'm looking to get back in the swing of things. I just want to hang out and to see where things go. I'm looking for an activity partner to go hiking with, do this and that. Now, some women will be okay with that if you're a man telling them that, and some won't. I found a woman that is okay with that. And you know what? Her and I, we get along really well. We've been hanging out for 3 months now. We go hiking on the weekends, and sometimes we'll do a dinner every now and then. And even though at this point it's a platonic relationship, or friendship, it's not even a relationship. It's a platonic, you can call it a platonic relationship, friendship, whatever you want to call it. But the bottom line is I put myself back out there and I was honest about what I've been going through, and she accepted that. And I'll be honest with you. Okay. That's made a huge difference for me in moving past my ex, because it's making me once again realize that there's somebody even better out there. The no contact rule was created to help better you. Okay? It wasn't created to guarantee 100% that if you buy this, package for, $49, $79, $99, or $199, that you're going to get her back. If you do this step-by-step process, you wait 30 days and then you reach out to her on day 31 and then you say this and you use this sneaky trick and that sneaky trick. There are many other coaches out there. And I won't even mention their names. There's one in Canada, in Vancouver, Canada, I believe. He's one of the largest YouTube channels out there. This guy likes to create videos that say, here are 3 sneaky ways to get your ex back. Why in the world would you want to use sneaky tactics to get your ex back, when probably one of the main reasons she left you was because maybe you were holding some things back from her? Maybe you were being sneaky about a few things. Okay? So why would you want to use the same tactics that got you dumped to try to get her back? It makes no sense. But it's marketing, and these people are going to market this shit to try to extract your money. I'm telling you folks, all of these packages, for the most part, do not work. There are a few of them out there that will give you good information. I can't guarantee they're going to work 100% because, here's the thing, even if you do everything 100% right with the no contact rule, even if your ex breaks up with you, she breaks up with you, you don't beg, you don't plead. You tell her, hey, look, you know what? Give me a call if you change your mind. You walk away, you never bother her. Even if you do all that right and you move forward and just, start focusing on yourself and bettering yourself, even if you do all that right, there's still no guarantee she's going to reach out to you. That's up to her. Everyone is a unique individual, and your ex has to come to terms with the fact that she misses you and doesn't want to live life without you. But she's not going to be able to come to terms with that if you keep bugging her. But even if you're not bugging her, she still has to come to terms with it on her own with no outside influence. And then and only then you're going to get that chance. So these sneaky tactics that many other coaches out there are trying to sell you within their videos, to engage you with fancy titles, they don't work. Don't buy into it. I'm telling you folks, do I have paid services? Yes. I have paid phone coaching and email services and video coaching services as well too. If you want to find out more about that, go to my website, coacheli.com, and click on the coaching services tab. But I'm not going to try to sell you a fancy package. If you need a little more hand holding, and I can explain your unique situation better, one-on-one, that's what I sell. But I'm never going to sell you any sneaky tactics. I'm never going to sell you a package with a bunch of fluff, making you believe that you're going to, get your ex back 100% if you do this and then give you a 60-day money back guarantee. Come on now. What a bunch of crap. Got to tell you, what a bunch of crap. So the bottom line is this, folks. Okay. Again, the no contact rule is to better yourself, is for you to better yourself. Okay. It was created to help you get over your ex and to move forward and continue on with your journey of life. And like I mentioned earlier, when you do that and you start focusing on yourself, one of two things is going to happen. Either A, she'll reach out to you down the road, and if you're still single and you're interested in getting back with her, then you reconnect at that point. And again, make sure if she reaches out to you that you don't get back to her right away. Give it some time. Give it, 4, 6, 8 hours. If she texts you, like 5, 6 in the evening, don't text her back till the next day. And another thing you don't want to do is you don't want to give her any more than she's giving you. So if she says, hey, how you been? Maybe you get back to her the next day and you say, hey, I've been doing quite well. How about yourself? Okay? And leave it at that. Because the bottom line is this. If an ex reaches out to you after many months or years of not talking with you, and she says, hi, how are you? That's the indirect direct approach. She's basically interested in getting back together with you. You just have to play your cards right. And what she's doing by being subtle about it is she's trying to find out if you're still single, available, and you're interested without putting too much out there. So you gotta play your cards right. Maybe the second text she'll say, hey, I was wondering, if you wanted to talk on the phone, and catch up. Then maybe you wait another 4, 5, 6 hours that day, or you get back to the next day and say, hey, that sounds great. When are you free to talk on the phone? Then maybe you get on the phone. And then you say, if you're on the phone and things are going okay, what you want to do is ask her on the date. Say, hey, you know what? I'd love to catch up with you. It's been a while. When are you free to get together? And she's either going to say, hey, I'm free on this day, or she'll say, oh, that's a good idea. And basically, you ask her 2 times. Ask her one more time. Well, hey, I was just thinking, hey, we haven't seen each other in a while. We've been chatting and getting along. I want to see how you and your family is doing, blah, 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 and just be like 2 friends hanging out. You can even say that, at that point, because at that point, she's not reaching out to you, to be your friend, but she's looking to see how you're going to handle the situation. But you got to come off subtle and say, hey, look, just be like, 2 old friends hanging out, and then she'll say, okay, yeah, let's meet up on this day, blah, blah, blah. But if she says no twice, then you say, okay, you know what? That's cool. It was nice talking with you. I got to go. You know what? If you change your mind down the road and you want to hang out for a cup of coffee or something, give me a call. And then you end it right there. Okay? You got to play your cards right. I'm at 28 minutes right now. I've got to end this video soon. This is a very, very hot topic that I'm very passionate about. I just want to make sure I get everything in here. I'm being raw and on the fly here, folks. I don't edit my stuff like a lot of other coaches out there do. I just share the real facts. Okay? So, honestly, the no contact rule is to help better you, to help you move forward, to help get over your ex, and to move on and better your life. Okay? And if I'm going to emphasize something one more time, is be real careful out there on YouTube or anywhere else that you're seeking information to help you get through a breakup. Because even when men go through, I'm going to wrap up with this, even when men go through a breakup, let's say the man is broken up with, like I've been, using the male perspective as an example within this video. If you're the man that's broken up with, okay, you're going to feel a lot of emotion. And you know how they say, oh, men are stronger emotionally than women, and men are supposed to be the strong ones. Yes, we are strong, but when we get broken up with, after investing a lot of time, energy, and effort into somebody for a year or two or more, we have that emotional attachment. And we don't want to let it go, because when a man emotionally attaches to a woman, he's in there permanently. A woman's emotions are in the moment. Men take a lot longer to share their emotions, because once we share our emotion or emotions, it is permanent. And we know that once we give in, we're in for good. We also know that women can change their mind on the drop of a dime, and that could hurt us. So that's why we kind of try to, not let our emotion go until we're pretty much as certain as possible that's going to work out. But let's say then it doesn't work out after we give in. We're in pain. We're going to be hurt. And quite frankly, at that point is when these coaches come in and they know how you're feeling, because they're men too. They've been through this before. Now they're finding a way to capitalize on your weakened state as a man. The day a man is broken up with, between that point he's broken up with and maybe the next month or two, is a man's weakest emotional point. And at that point, these guys come in and they're going to try to emotionally sell you something that is, they know it's not going to work. They're not going to tell you that, but they know it's not going to work. But they also know that because you're in such an emotional state, okay, that you're willing to pay for anything and try anything to make yourself feel better at that point. That is the time you have to be the most careful, guys. I've fallen for this. I'll be honest with you. I've fallen for this many years ago, where I tell you, I spent literally like $1,000 after two exes ago broke up with me, because I was in such pain. I was doing whatever I could to make myself feel better, and money was not an issue. I didn't care what it cost me to make me feel better. I was going to keep doing it until I realized that, hey, you know what? This is a game. And now I'm here to share with people the truth about all of these things that I've learned, not only through the past couple of years in my last two relationships and following a bunch of different coaches, but through my, 45 years of life experience in dating several women, being in several long-term relationships, being in the corporate world for almost 17 years and being an entrepreneur for over 10 years. I have a lot of life experience. And because of the fact that I've dealt with so many shady people in my life that were trying to sell these pipe dreams to people to help them, whether it's at a business level or a personal level, I wanted to come out here and do it better and be genuine, honest, and authentic with you folks. Again, guys especially. Now, I know women naturally more so impulse buy, but guys, this is more dangerous for you, because typically men do not get this emotional. And they don't spend money like this except when they're broken up with and they're hurt. You're very vulnerable at that point. And a lot of these coaches out there are preying, preying, they're preying on your weakened state instead of really trying to help you out. There are a few coaches out there that are great, and I am one of them, humbly speaking. But you got to be careful of the snakes and the sharks. And the snakes and the sharks out there, they're great marketers. Their videos are very eye-popping. They have lots of great graphics. They have all the fancy shit on there. Okay? Don't get me wrong. I try to create good quality videos as well, but I don't try to make them overly fancy. Okay? You got to be careful for the people that make it look too good to be true, because if it's too good to be true, it probably is. We're at 33 minutes. I need to wrap this up. So let me know what you think below in the description section. Sorry, in the comments section. I keep saying description section, the comments section. And let me know if you've had any experiences with other coaches. Let me know if you have any stories you'd like to share with me. Go below in the description section of this video, and you can find out more information on how to reach out to me, how to send your stories to me that I may answer for free in a future video. Or if you'd like to work with me personally, the links to find out more about that is below in the description. A few other things. I do have a public Discord server. If you're not aware of Discord, it is a community where you can create a server and bring a group of people together and talk about a specific subject. My Discord server is public. It's free. It's called Coach Eli's Community. of United Men and Women, Coach Eli's community of United Men and Women. So if you go below in the description, you'll see the link there. Click on that and join the conversation today. We've got about 35 people in there right now, and we engage in great conversation every day about business topics, about personal relationship topics, marriages, everything. Come be a part of it. Download the Discord app so that way you can get notifications on your phone or go on the web. Either way, you can join us there and keep in touch with Coach Eli's community. Okay. And that's pretty much it. With that being said, I'm going to get on up out of here and hopefully come back for another video very soon, the next day or so, from the park outdoors, because I've been stuck indoors for the past 3 days. And that sucks. That sucks. When it rains, there's nothing you can really do. You don't want to go out there and get wet and get sick. All right, everyone. Have yourselves a great day, and I will see you all next time. See you soon. Bye-bye.